Joining me now is our International Affairs Editor, Armen Georgian. Armen, the Chinese president tried hard in this speech to take back control of the narrative. How did he do?
Well, the impression I got was he was a bit defensive in some moments, but he also tried to focus on the positives, on all the good things that he thinks China has done for the rest of the world, such as providing materials and expertise. He talked about the money that China was going to bring forward to fight the pandemic, about the creation of this humanitarian hub and depot. So I think we saw a lot of kind of Chinese soft power being deployed in this speech. And essentially, President Xi, I think, was trying to make it easier for those members of the World Health Assembly who were already minded to work with China going forward, so that they could say, well, look, whatever happened in the past, we have to collaborate with China. China has to be part of the solution. I think he was kind of aiming a conciliatory approach towards them, knowing full well, of course, that there are other countries such as the United States that want a tougher line, a tougher approach on China, and they probably won't be moved by this kind of speech from Xi Jinping.
So how significant is it, Armen, that China has accepted the idea of an independent probe into the pandemic?
Well, we need to distinguish between two different initiatives here, actually, because there was the Australian-inspired initiative, which now has 62 countries signed up to it, which China sees as a threat. But meanwhile, there's another initiative which has been brought forward at the World Health Assembly, which now has about 120 countries signed up. This is the thing that China has agreed to today. And the reason is essentially that it's more tame in its language and its ambitions, you might say, than the Australian-inspired initiative. So the proposal at the World Health Assembly essentially asks everybody to draw the lessons from the virus, which is obviously something that no one can really disagree with, and China therefore has nominally agreed to it. But even in this initiative at the World Health Assembly, there are still areas that could be problematic for China. For example, the motion calls for the origins of the virus to be identified and how it was transmitted into the human population. But that doesn't sound very comfortable for China because, of course, China's official position all along, and continues to be today, we still don't know the origins of the virus. There's no evidence that it was in this wet market in Wuhan or whatever. So in that sense, there could still be frictions going forward, even with the approval of this particular motion.
Armen Georgian, thank you.